Alright guys, so welcome back to this task, the 0802 redirection. This is the part 2 of the task. We did from 0 to 10 in the part 1 and explanation. So because of time, we'll just go straight to question 11 and finish up from there. We tried to be a bit fast. So like I said, there's going to be a Google Doc at the description of this video. So if you want to follow with the answers to the questions, the Google Doc will be there available for you to use. All right. Let's go ahead and look at our question. So we'll look at question 11. Question 11 says write a script that counts the number of directories and subdirectories in the current directory. So we're going to write a script that will count the number of directories and subdirectories in the current directories. Okay, so something like this. Okay, something like this. This is what we want. Okay, so let's see how we can write that script that will count the number of directories and subdirectories. Okay, so we're not giving a file name. So we take our Ubuntu and let me clear this. So first we need to cd into our repo, which is ALX System DevOps, and then from there we'll cd into our 0802 share redirections. So let's ls. So we'll see that we have from 0 to 10 already. So let's continue from there. I would like to clear the screen first, and then let me copy the file name. Okay. So our script constant, which is bin bash. Alright, so we are to write a script that counts the number of directories and subdirectories in the current directory, a script. So we're using the find, of course, obviously, and then they say the current directory, so we're going to use the period. Okay, and the type, they say directory, so you know the last tax with the number 10 tax, it was a file, so we use F. So for this we're going to use D because it's a directory. So they say that write a script that counts the number of directories and subdirectories in the current directory. All right, so we're going to give a condition like this. Now this in coding is not. So say not, and then we're going to add a part to it. All right, we're going to add a part to it. So what this means is that we're saying that we're only targeting these directories and subdirectories, not the part. Okay, and then once that is done, remember this is pipe, so we're going to pipe it now to count. So you already know what the count command is. Okay, so write a script that counts the number of directories, count the number of directories and subdirectories in the current directory. Okay, this should work. Let's see. If it doesn't work, we'll find a way around it. So let's make it executable, and this is question 11. So git add, sorry, add git commit and git push. Okay, so let's check our code and see if that works. taking too long. Okay, so that is correct. Just taking too long to load, and I guess it's network. So let's see question 12. Question 12 says create a script that displays the 10 OS files in the current directory. Okay, so this is simple. This is very simple. So we're just going to create a script that will display the 10 OS file, and that means we're going to use the head command, like you know. So let's copy the name of the file we are to create. Let me clear first. So vi into this file. Okay. So we have to create a script that displays the 10 OS file in the current directory. So we'll use ls. Okay. And then we'll pipe it to the head command to display it. Okay, so that's what? 12. Yep. So that should work. That should work. So let's save and exit. I hope the head command, that's how we're supposed to type it. Let's check. If that doesn't work, we'll use the other way to pipe it. So the script is question 12. So git add, git commit, and git push. Okay, let's see if that works. If it doesn't, then we'll pipe it differently, but it should work anyways. All right, so that's correct. Question 13. Create a script that takes a list of words. Create a script that takes a list of words as input and print only words that appear exactly once. Okay, so we're going to use the unique command. Okay, so we'll sort and use the unique command. Input format 1 line 1 word, output format 1 line 1 word. Words should be sorted. Okay, 1 line 1 word. Okay, all right, let's see how we can write that. A script that takes only words that appear once in the file. Okay, so let's clear our terminal, vi into our file. Okay, so a script that takes a list of words as input and print only words that appear exactly once. Okay, so let's see how we can write this that appear only once. So we're going to use the sort command. The unique command cannot be used without sorting it. So we use the sort command, and then we'll pipe it to the unique command. Okay, and in the unique command, -u only sort for words that appear just once. So if you appear twice, it's going to ignore you. So only words that appear only once, you know, that is what the -u do, you know, in the unique command. You can check the man or help unique and see the different commands you can use the unique with. All right, so let's save and exit. Okay, and this is 13. So git add git commit and git push. So let's check our code. That is correct already, I know. All right. So that's correct. Let's move to question 14. Question 14 says that display lines containing the pattern root from the file this. Okay, so this is also very simple. So we're going to use the grep. You know, grep helps us to display content in a particular pattern. So we're going to use the grep command for this. So let's clear our screen. And here we're going to VI into the file, and the file name is 14. Find that part. Now constant. Okay. So we are to display lines containing the pattern root from the file. So this is actually simple. So we're just going to use the grep command, and then the pattern is root. So anywhere you see root in this file called etc password, display it and paste. So I don't know if we're supposed to include the echo command since they say display, but let's see. If it doesn't work, then we need to add the echo command to it. So let's make this executable, and this is question 14. So let's git add, git commit, and git push. Okay, so let's see our code. Okay, so that works even without the echo. So let's see our next command. Sorry. Okay, question 15. Display the number of lines that contain the pattern bin in the file. Display the number of lines. So that means we're going to count, and then the pattern is bin. So let's copy the file name, count that word. So VI into our file. And enter. So how do we display the number of lines that contains the pattern bin in this? So we're going to use the grep command because there's a pattern involved, the bin pattern. And because we want to count, we're going to use the -c to count. And then our pattern is bin, right? Yeah, bin is our pattern. And then the name of the file we are searching is etc password. Okay, so that is all they want us to do. So C is to count under the grep command, and then bin is the pattern we are looking for, and this is the name of the file. So let's make it executable. I seriously don't like typing this all over again, but I don't have an option until we do the alias task. That's how we show us. So I'm just doing this because of you guys. If not, I have a shortcut I can just use for all this. But when we do the alias task, then I will be able to start using that so that whenever you see it, you understand that this is what it does. Okay. So let's check our code. Hope that works for us. Okay, so that's correct. The next question, question 16, says that display lines containing the pattern root and 3 lines after them in the file. Okay, so we're going to use the dash A. Dash A will help us to show lines after our pattern. Display lines containing the pattern root and 3 lines after them. So I'm going to use dash A. So let's clear this again. Let me copy the file name. What's next after root? Okay, so vi bin bash. So how do we display this? Display lines contain the pattern root. So of course you already know that we're still going to use the grep command. So dash A, and then they say 3 lines after, so that will be 3. And what are we looking for? We are looking for root. The pattern is root. Okay, and then the file name, which is / etc/ password. Yep, password, etc password. Okay, I think that's correct. Let's save and exit, and let's make it executable u+s, then the file name, so let's git add, let's git commit, and git push. Okay, let's go ahead and check our code for question 16. All right, so that works. So I actually love the grep command. I use it a lot. You can check out the grep command. It will help you to manipulate your files. So let's check the next question. Display all lines in the file that do not contain the pattern. Okay, so this file, we have to display all the lines in the file that do not contain this pattern. So only lines that do not contain this pattern that we will display, and we're going to use -v for that. So -v will help us to sort out lines that do not contain a particular pattern that we grab. Okay, so let's write a constant so remember, is the grep command we are still using. So -v, and then the pattern, which is root, yeah, and then the file name, which is /etc/ password. Yeah, I think that is correct, etc password. Okay, so that's all they want us to do. Let's save and exit, make it executable. And let's push to GitHub. Okay, so let's check question 17 and see something is wrong. Let's look at that. What could be wrong? Let's see what could be wrong. Okay, let's open a file and see. So vi into the file name. Let me use this. So bin bash is correct. grep-v is correct. Bin, okay, so that's where our mistake is from. So the pattern they asked us to pick is bin, not root. So I pick I pick roots from her previous. I don't know where I saw root though. Okay, so I was beginning to wonder. So let's make this executable again. Git add. Git commit and git push. Okay, so let's check again. Question 17. So that should be correct. The problem was because we use root instead of bin. So that's correct. Okay, next question, question 18. Let's copy the file name first. And let's go to, let me clear the terminal. Okay, so let's see our question. Question 18 says, display all lines of the file this, starting with a letter. Include capital letters as well. So we're displaying all lines of the file. So this is the name of the file, starting with a letter. Okay. So let's see how we can write this. We're going to use the grep command. Now there's something called the caret symbol. That symbol can be found in, if you're using a normal keyboard, if you type, hold down the shift key and your key 6 in your keyboard, you should have it. So that's the caret symbol. That's what we're going to use. You know, that helps us to pick lines starting from because it's a caret, you know, the start of a line. So they say that we should display all lines of the file starting with a letter, including capital letters as well. So since it's letter, we're going to be using alpha. Okay, so we're going to use alpha. Remember how we do from lower to higher and higher to lower, something like that. You know, so this is just to make sure that we are picking only letters. Okay, so that should work. And then we just paste the name of the file. So the caret symbol will help us to start from alpha. So let's see if we are right. This is question 18. Okay, so let's check our code if we are correct. Okay, so that is correct. So that's how to pick from letters alpha. Okay, so let's see question 19. Question 19, replace all characters A and C from input to Z and E respectively. Okay, this is simple. So we're going to use the translate command, which is tr. Let's copy the name of the file just to translate from one letter to another, capital to small letter, or small letter to capital letter. So let's clear and vi to our file. script constant. So here we're going to use T arrow translate. So they say we should replace all characters A and C from the input to Z and E respectively. Okay, so A and C, which is so let's put them in a quote. A and C, that's small c, right? I guess so. So we're replacing A with so it's translate Z and E. Yeah. So I think this is all. A and C, Z and E. This should be small c. Let's see if it's not, then we can change it to capital C, or we just copy it. So let's U plus S and the name of the file. So git add git commit and git push. Okay, so let's check our code. So this should be correct, except that C is supposed to be capital letter. Okay, so it's correct. So it's small letter. It's correct. Let's see the next question. Create a script that removes all letters A and C from input. Letter C, sorry. So this is small c, this is capital C. Yep. C and C from input. Write a script. Create a script that removes all letters. Okay. So C and C from input. We're still going to use the TR command. Let's copy the file name. And let's clear. Okay, so TR. So they say that remove, so that's going to be -D or C, and then capital C and small c. So you can put this in quotes, you can leave it like that, it should work. So let's see. Okay, let's check our code. I believe we're running, so that's correct. So like I say, you can put it in quotes or without quotes. How many questions do we have left? Okay, we have 2 more before the optional advanced task. So 21, write a script that reverses input. So this is very simple, like very simple. I hope we know this. Everybody should know this, right? We know the reverse command. Okay, so that's how we should write a script. Create a script that reverses its inputs. So this rev, that's all. So there's no file name, we'll just save and exit. Let's go ahead and make it executable. And git push. So let's check our code and see. So that is simple. It should work. Yep. Okay. So the next question is question 22. Let's copy this. So write a script that displays all users and their home directories sorted by users based on the etc password file. Okay, write a script that displays all users and their home directories. So let's see how we can write this script. So bin bash. So write a script that displays all users and their home directories sorted by users based on this. So we're going to use the cut command. All right. Write a script that displays all users and their home directory. So -d for home directory. Okay. So this is like empty, creating an empty space. And then all users, write a script that displays all users and their home directories sorted by users based on the file etc. Based on the file etc. Okay. So I'm going to use, so if you go through the cut command, you should understand what this means. So I will not explain this. So go through the cut command and let me know. So we just sort it because the script is to display. So we sort or echo. I think it's sort. Let's see. So let's change mode. Git commit. And git push. So let's see if we are correct. I hope so. We can go through the cut command. Just go to the man page of the cut command and read about cut. So that was correct. Okay, so now we are done with the compulsory, the mandatory task. So let's see, we have 4 advanced tasks, and like I say, let's always try to do our advanced tasks to make sure our score is marked over 200. All right. So if you do just the mandatory task, that task is going to be marked over 100. So try the best you can to do the advanced tasks, all right, such that your task will be marked over 200. Okay, so let's see, let's copy this first, enter, let me clear my terminal. So vi our script constant bin bash. Okay, so let's see our first advanced task. Write a command that finds all empty files and directories. So this is going to be find, okay, and file and directories and all subdirectories. Only the names of the files and directories should be displayed, not the entire path. Only the names of the files and the directories should be displayed, not the entire path. Okay. Hidden files should be listed. Okay. One file name per line, okay. The listing should end with a new line. You are not allowed to use grep, fgrep, egrep, okay. All right. So current directory, of course. So write a command that finds all empty files. Empty files. So please pay attention. So let's pipe this. Only the files directory should be this and this. All the files should be okay. So we're going to use the reverse mode and cut, and then we pick our directory. Please pay attention. Then say all the files should start with a new line, one file name per line, so a new line. So we're going to have this, and then pick file also, and one, so one file per new line. Hidden files should be listed, one file per line. The list should end with a new line. All files and directories. Okay, let's see. I think it should work. All right, so chmod. So this is advanced task, guys. And git push. Okay. So let's see our scripting abilities. Okay. So that's correct. Let's see the next one. Write a script that lists all the files with a .gif, so that's the extension, in the current directory and all the subdirectories. Hidden files should be listed. All regular files, not directories, should be listed. So not directories, but files should be listed. The names of the files should be displayed without their extensions. Okay, should be displayed without the extensions. The file should be sorted by bit values, but case sensitive file. That's file this should be listed before file this, sorted in order, and file dot this should be listed before file this, and file runner should be listed after file j. One file name per line. The listing should end with a new line, and we're not allowed to use all this. The listing should start. Okay. Let's see how we can write that out. So this is this is going to be very interesting. So I've been looking at this for quite some time now, and I must confess it's tough. I'm not even sure of. Let's see how we can get this down. So vi and the name of the file. So ALX is interesting because it challenges you no matter how well you think you know. Okay. So write a script that lists all the files with a .gif extension in the current directory and all the subdirectories. Hidden files should be listed. Only regular files, not directories, should be listed. The name of the file should be so let's start first. Of course, we're going to find, because we need to sort out files. So we're going to find, and then let's say only files, not directories. So that's the F there, and then name. Sorry, of course you already understand. I explained this before we start what the name type is. So now they say that we should not say the name of the file should be displayed without their extensions. Okay, so this is going to be with first ycard.gif. So all .gif files. Okay, so please read about the rev command. And the cut command too. So just follow me, guys. This is quite tough, sincerely. So per line, just one file per line. The current directory, yep. Okay. So if you want to see this code, I am going to put it in the description of this video. So what I'm going to do is I'm hopefully going to do a video on this, and then I will explain this to us. So what we can do now is to save and exit. All right, so let's save and exit. All right, so let's make it executable and see. And the name of the file. So let's git add. So git add. Git commit. And git push. All right. So let's see our code. If everything is well, I actually have done this somewhere in the Google form, so you can just copy the command and paste. Okay, so let's go to the next question. Alt taskbar. So second to the last question, I guess. Yes. So let's VI first. So clear terminal. vi file name. Okay, so let's see question 25. An acrostic is a poem or other form of writing in which the first letter or syllable or word of each line or paragraph or other recurring feature in the text spells out a word, message, or alphabet. The word comes from French acrostics from post-classical Latin acrostics as a form of constraint written. Okay, so create a, let me leave that. Create a script that decorates acrostic that uses the first letter of each line. The decoded message has to end with a new line. Okay, so let's see. The decoded message has to end with a new line. You are not allowed to use this. Create a script that decodes acrostic that uses the first letter of each line. So let's save and exit. Okay, so let's check our code and see. All tests passed. Okay, so for the last question, write a script that passes web servers log in TSV format as input and displays 11 hosts or IP addresses which did the most requests, ordered by number of requests, most active host or IP at the top. You are not allowed to use so let's copy the name of the file. Sharebound. So for this particular task, I tried this several times and it's really stressful. So you can actually go through this by yourself. It's interesting if you know it by yourself, trust me. But I'm just going to copy and paste the code. The code is already in the Google form, but I'll just copy it and paste the code here. So I'll just paste the code. So this is the code. Yeah. You can just go through it. So let's save and exit. And this is the last task. Change mode first. And git push. Okay, so let's see our last task. So if this works, that is 100%, I mean 200% done. So if you follow this video right to this point, congratulations. you are done with your 0802 redirection. See you again next time for the next task. So our next task is going to be alias, where we're going to be talking about how to set aliases for your command lines. Okay, so thank you for joining. Subscribe if you've not subscribed, and then hit that bell icon so that once I drop a video for a particular task, you'll be notified, so you don't stress to do this task, so that we can do it together. All right, leave us a comment just to make sure the channel is out there. You know, YouTube algorithm will like that from you, and then also share with your peers. All right, thank you, and then see you again in your next task.